Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Michaela Furter and I am a sophomore violinist at Oberlin Conservatory. So I'm going to be home for the next 9 weeks, so I'm hoping to do some fun videos, and I'm starting with an about me video with lots of fun facts about my life and my violin journey and stuff like that. I'll just dive right in. My name is Michaela and I am 19 years old. I was born in Iowa, and I currently live in Minneapolis, Minnesota. I lived in Illinois and Iowa for the first 14 years of my life roughly, but in that time I also lived in Brazil for 2 years and India for 1 year. If you're wondering why I lived in those places, my dad worked for John Deere, which is a combine tractor company, and they moved us overseas to work at their plants there. My dad is an engineer and my mom got her teaching degree, and she actually homeschooled my sister and I until 6th grade, so we were both homeschooled. And currently both my parents, my dad does freelance stuff, and they are both doing a lot of research concerning brain cancer, glioblastoma, stuff like that, so they're both very awesome. I also have a sister who's a senior in college. She's an English major currently, and she also nannies basically full-time, and she's very awesome. She has lots of cats, so she's a cat person. Then I have a dog. I have a golden doodle named Mace, and I got him for my 13th birthday, so he's very special. What you looking at? Hi, the chickens? Hi. Hello, sweet pie. Hi, sweet pie. Hi, sweet pie. So, how I started violin. So my sister, she's 2.5 years older than me. She started violin when she was 5, and I really wanted to play violin because of her. So I officially got my first violin when I was 5, and I took about 6 months of lessons before we moved to Brazil. Then in Brazil, I didn't have lessons. My mom is a flutist, so she did play with us while we were in Brazil, but I didn't have any lessons. And when we came back, we had some family health issues, so I didn't take lessons then either. So I officially started when I was in 4th grade. I was 9 years old. So from 4th to 9th grade, I studied with a man named Jerry Henry, and he was amazing and helped me start my love of music, and he was just a great influence on me. My sophomore year of high school, we moved to Minneapolis, Minnesota from Iowa, and I began studying with Jonathan Magnus. He's a member of the Minnesota Orchestra. Amazing. I wouldn't be where I am today without him. And I studied with him for my last 3 years of high school. He helped me with all my college auditions and really just kind of reset my technique and put me on the path for college. So I've gotten lots of questions about my violin, so here she is. Her name is Clementina, and no, I didn't name her. The maker actually wrote on the inscription, Clementina. So the maker is Spagnoli Maurizio, and he's an Italian violin maker. My violin's from 1983, so she's not too old. But I got her my senior year of high school, so we've been friends for about 3 years. The shoulder rest I use is just this brand, Kuhn. And yeah, I don't really know much about shoulder rests, but someone asked me that. The strings that I usually use all Ava Perazzis, and I like to put the Ava Perazzi Gold on my E string. But I'm pretty sure this is just a normal one. But yeah, those are the strings I use. No particular reason, I just really like them and haven't had any problems, so I haven't experimented with other ones. I chose Oberlin mainly just for one reason. I really, really liked the teacher. I studied with Sibby Bernardson, and I hadn't met a teacher that I liked more than him, and his approach is very specific, and he has like a plan for everything. He addresses everything. I felt like he was the best fit for me and would be able to address all of my technical problems, and he was really just amazing. And I had lessons with like 12 teachers my senior year of high school, and they were all great, but I just didn't find one that I thought was as good for me as Sibby would be. So my sophomore year of high school is when I officially decided that I wanted to be a violinist and a music major. But up until that point, I had a lot of other goals, like I wanted to be a lawyer or a business person or a doctor or something like that. Or a conductor. I wanted to be a conductor. But after I went to Sewanee Summer Music Festival the summer before my sophomore year of high school, it was a 4-week program, and I don't know, I decided that that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So after that, I just kind of dove right in, and when we moved to Minneapolis, I joined a chamber music program thanks to one of my friends, and I joined a program with Tom Rosenberg, who is amazing. I love him, and he was my chamber coach for my about 2.5 years of my high school career. I also joined the Greater Twin Cities Youth Symphony Orchestras, which was an amazing experience. What I played for my college audition rep, I played the first movement of Sinsal 3, Paganini 14, Bach G minor, the Adagio and Fugue, and then I briefly learned the Exposition of Mozart 3 and Beethoven's Spring Sonata, but I never played those for my auditions. When I'm not practicing violin, what do I like to do? Well, I really like watching Netflix, and I watch The Office repeatedly, and also Gilmore Girls and Friends. So my favorite hobby by far is cooking. I love cooking. I especially started cooking a lot over quarantine last spring, which makes sense, but I love cooking every type of food, Indian, Thai, you name it. In an alternate life universe, I would love to be a chef. I think it would be so fun. Maybe someday I'll add a cooking video to this channel. Violin and cooking. I'm still kind of figuring out the best way to practice, but generally what I've been doing is I try in like the first week to get like a basic grasp of the whole movement. I don't tend to focus just on like one page and then learn the next. I try to like learn the notes. So within about a week, I try to learn the notes of the movement. And after I've learned the notes and I like have it basically in my fingers, not a tempo, but like I know what everything sounds like, then I start to go through and I do like my metronome work and building up tempo and stuff like that. Then after I can play everything at like a reasonable tempo, then I go back and I do a lot of slow practicing, because usually my intonation is not where it should be or needs to be. So I usually go back, do a lot of slow practicing, and then start to build up my metronome tempo again. I would say if you want to learn rep quickly, the best thing that I did is probably just like tell myself that I'm going to learn it quickly. Your mind is more powerful than maybe we think it is. So I think by telling yourself that you want to learn something quickly, it's kind of, your brain is like, oh, okay, I'm going to learn it quickly. So that's kind of what I do, like try to learn the movement in a week, just like basically not up to tempo or anything, but just know what it sounds like. And then after that, you can really like fine tune it, and that seems to help me a lot. That being said, my teacher has told me multiple times that I'm a little impatient and that I like to swallow the entire violin repertoire in like a year, which obviously is impossible, but he always reminds me that I don't have to play everything immediately and that I can take time learning things, because that's just as important as moving quickly through rep. I really love chamber music, and in my dream scenario, I would be in a professional quartet. But those are really hard to establish, so that's a dream. My goal for the present future is that I need to learn Chaconne, Mozart 4, Caprice Basque over my winter break, so that when I go back in February, I can play those in studio. So that's my immediate goal. My family also has chickens. We got chickens this summer, so we have a nice coop and 6 chickens. They're all very cute, fluffy, and big, so hopefully they'll start laying eggs soon, because right now they're just freeloading. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Feel free to like and subscribe, and let me know what other videos you guys would like to see or any other questions.